AITA for humiliating a man and his entire family when he proposed to me. On my phone, sorry about any formatting issues. I, 28F, come from a very traditional Indian family. I left them when I came to USA for uni because I knew that if I accepted their help in paying my fees, they would hold it against me later, and I got a part-time job along with the financial aid I was receiving. I maintained low contact and didn't visit them in person until I was 26, when they contacted me on my younger brother passing uni. For the last 2 years, I have visited them 4 times, and each time they've been talking about marriage, although I stated very clearly that I wasn't interested. They brought up kids and how finding guys willing to marry older women was hard. I said no problem because I'm child-free and that I don't want them to find a guy for me. January this year, I went to visit them and they said that they had something special for me and that I would absolutely love it. The day after I reached their home, they said they were throwing me a welcome home party. I thought they were trying to fix our relationship and let it be. They invited a lot of people, and it had obviously already been planned. An hour in, my parents introduced me to a man in his 30s, F, and his parents. So next thing I know, F goes down on one knee and whips out a beautiful ring. I'm surprised and angry at my parents for still trying to control my life and putting me in such a situation. I said no, but then our parents began to push my buttons and I exploded. I called F, his parents and my parents' lowlifes for trying to trick me and basically insulted their views, calling them misogynistic and disgusting, told them to go F themselves and left. I packed my bags and went to stay at a hotel until it was time for my flight. My mom cried and begged me to stay and said that they had already paid for half of the dowry and ring. I stopped responding to my parents' calls and texts because I was done with them. My cousins and some old friends have been telling me that I was being unfair by being so rude to F and his parents. Thing is, they were in on it. They expected me to say yes and sent me a lot of insults when I refused to reconsider. They were humiliated, and in their tiny group of small-minded people, my parents were being ostracized for raising a whore of a daughter. F and his parents were also humiliated because they were rejected by a whore. AITA for being so rude. I feel like I should have handled the situation more delicately, rather than blowing up at all of them. Edit. Wow, I did not expect so many NTAs or responses. When I said that they were in on it, I meant that my parents had told them that I hadn't met the right guy and that I would come around, which is why they kept trying. My parents expected me to surrender all my savings and money to F, live with F and his family in India, procreate with F 3 times, and do all the housework when I can't even make a poached egg. About letting me go to college, I told them 2 weeks before leaving for it and lived at my friend's house with all my important documents, because I knew that they would do pretty much anything to keep me from going. They called my uni and said that I wouldn't be joining. Uni contacted me and I cleared it up. That's why I didn't talk to them and declined to let them pay. For those of you who told me to wear a faux ring, I'm engaged to my girlfriend of 5 years, and my parents aren't getting an invite to the wedding. I knew that they'd ask me about it if they saw it and disapprove of anyone that wasn't Indian, let alone a female. Thank you for your responses, and I am never talking to my parents again.